Claire.
Ever drive down the street and want to know more about a road construction project or building project? Well, it's now easier than ever to access information on the city's Smartgov website. So why make the switch, and how does it affect you? Joining me this morning is the city's Deputy Mayor, Beth Malloy. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having me.
What is Smartgov?
It's the city's beginning attempts to respond to the kinds of things that citizens are asking for. I think we all are using the internet a lot more now. We have a tendency to think, all of us, no matter what we're looking for, that when we get up at midnight, we should be able to go find the information that we want and not have to talk to a person. And that's what this is really addressing.
We're getting a little spoiled by the internet, aren't we?
I think we are.
So now the city's spoiling us. What changes are offered here on the website?
Well, let me show you.
Yeah.
We've got a logo here. It's called Smartgov, and this is where we will be somewhat, we can call it a portal, is a kind of a fancy technical word for information all conglomerated around an issue. You can see here we've got a breakdown of how the city spends its money and where most of its personnel and charges are. There's all kinds of things on this site. What I was going to show today is a request we get a lot, which is for city contracts.
Sure.
And the way it works today, or before this, is if you wanted to look at a city contract, you had to submit something on paper, and we would kind of find it and send it back to you. Every city contract that we have issued since August 1st is now on this. It goes up probably 5 days within the month. You can find all kinds of different ways that you can look at this, how much the contract is for, what the payments have been. I'm going to pull up one. People are really interested in the new building on Berry. I've searched by the name of the vendor. If I take a look at, I've got the information, the total contract value, who the vendor is, which department is managing this contract. That's the Department of Housing and Neighborhood Services. If I look at the PO number, the purchase order number, any document that's associated with that is now online.
Wow.
So if I want to take a look at what they're actually doing, I'm going to pull up this contract. You can see kind of how quickly it is.
Yeah.
And there's the contract. And that used to take weeks.
I was going to say, something that used to take days or weeks is now instantaneous.
It's now
online.
Instantaneous. So
that was very fast. So what are you hearing from people feedback-wise about this now?
Well, it's been really interesting. We've learned a few things. One is we probably need to do a better job of describing what it's about.
Okay.
So people have been somewhat confused by maybe the legalese of the language that we use. And many of the requests that we've gotten in the last couple months, it's been really fun, because instead of responding back and saying, oh, you don't need to submit this anymore, we've just directed them to the website. So,
makes things a lot
and there's
easier.
a lot of interest in it, a lot more actually than I think we probably expected.
Now, we've heard the mayor say these changes are just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
What can the future hold in this regard?
Well, you have some fun stuff planned, or what I would consider fun, some fun stuff planned over the next couple months. We'll soon have a database that goes up on this page that will have every ordinance and a link to the discussion that council had about it, who voted and which way they voted on each of the council ordinances that come up. So we'll be linking that into this, and you'll soon have like the entire life cycle, essentially, of everything that the city does from a financial standpoint.
Really getting the information out to the people. That sounds like a great website. Beth, thanks so much for coming in to tell us about it.
Well, thank you.
And you can find the city's website by going to the On Air tab on our webpage and clicking on web links.